What's going on, guys? Brandon from Boiler Trading. Time for another recap day here, catching up on stuff. We're going to go over the daily notes that we go over every single day. Posted August 21st, today, an hour before market opens, 7:21 a.m. Central. So you can pause, take a look at those, see how well we did on some of these plays here. And we're just going to cruise through some of the bigger wins I had today. I have 350 shares traded on Shopify today, scalping 50 share positions all day. Having a really good time with this one, just over 700 on the day. So every single new high break here, we were really utilizing those dips and breakouts today in Shopify. Just had all the recipe for continued all-time high. I actually called 390 in chat for the top so far. So amazingly enough, it hit 390.40. That was more just a gut feeling and a gut number. So I can't really take credit for that. So Shopify, big move from swing call at all-time highs. We did call this. I can go to the swing chat here actually on the swing trading room on my weekly premiums here, and just for processing there, you can see the Shopify call there was all set and ready to rock and roll. We had Shopify at 356.63 for 50 shares, stop loss 355. And I added 25 and 25 shares to 50. I targeted 366 for the first cover, but got a 10-point gap up on this winner here prior. So good continuation here. Should have left some on for the swing. Got out a day ago, but we did get over 10 points off the swing, so I can't really complain too much. Scalped all-time highs today a whole bunch of times on the pullback. The initial... let's go back to the notes here. The initial outlook here on today was big moves from swing call to all-time highs, playing prior day levels and yesterday's highs, 370.60 supports. So all I was doing was yesterday's high support and 360. So I wanted to use the opening price and then a couple of the pre-market levels here in Shopify. Of course, it started moving real crazy here early. So all it is, pull down right to the open price. And of course, Shopify does respect the 100 EMA as Tesla, Baba, and a few other niche stocks always do. Has really good interactions with it. So right when I seen that, I got early long in right here for the first one, locked in about 300 something. Next pullback to the 50 and VWAP recovery, locked in, and then took another scalp here at this consolidation range, holding prior supports. Just only 350 shares traded here, $50 positions, 715.50 on the day. Huge day in shop. Let's go over some of the other calls here that we've been playing. 212.25 over under is support on aapl. Here is that support. Obviously started squeezing before open. We utilized a couple different levels here. As we got into it, 100 EMA rides, 50 EMA rides. The target long was still yesterday's high, so it had a couple dips into the 100 and recovered the VWAP. A couple of members took this dip opportunity. Even though it was pretty choppy, we had some really good calls on aapl today as far as the openers go. TGT, everybody's looking at that one. Gaps up to all-time highs. All you had to do is use the shelf levels that pre-market gave you. That's all we can do. 3 different levels, 1 recovery level, held VWAP, long off the secondary level here, 99, targeting over all-time highs. Target was really easy. All you got to do is watch for the pre-market shelves on ER plays that gap up in all-time highs and then just ride them up. Pretty simple call there. NVIDIA, this was another big mover and fun winner today for us today. I took the pre-market high push into resistance for the first scalp here, held too long, came back down to an $18 P&L, reset for the breakout over the 200 EMA on the daily. That was the call initially from the swing call as well. On the initial gap up in our room, you can see the daily notes every single day was a gap up and hold of the 100, targeting 200 EMA. So very easy 3-day swing here to target. Nailed it pretty good today. Held support and had another loop here. Ended up with only like 57 bucks today on NVIDIA, and that's only because I held through a little bit here and I wanted to get into Roku. So right from the daily plan of attack, NVIDIA's the nice little correction damage resistance, 169.60 support watching. So I wanted to dip into that huge low there at 169.60 or 169.66. I think I had it on right here, support, and you can see it click that to the penny right from the trade plan there. So nice little move there. Let's continue down a couple of these other real nice ones that we had movers. SEC Limited. I wanted a progression move for a support hold here. There was a long here. We look for the support hold here, 32.70s, and look for a push up to all-time highs. Wanted to see no more than maybe yesterday's high out of it, but kind of got lackluster volume and kind of sold off in that. But the support was there, the scalp was there, the move was there. Could have capitalized on a little bit. Nothing crazy. Roku had some good moves on today. Roku here. Let's see. Now, I got stopped at a Roku, then played the breakout on a Roku. So what had happened here was we pushed up to highs, broke over resistance, came down to support. We were targeting yesterday's highs for the long, and that was initially from here. The trade plan says Roku would like to see a dip buy into the 134.25 support. We'll also watch open price and 100 EMA for continuation support. That's right from the daily notes. So first off, we did not get any, let's see here, 134.25. So the 134.25 right here. So the pre-market low, we missed it by a couple pennies, which was the pre-market low. That was the 134.25 range. We missed it by, I mean, it's a huge miss there, guys. So dip buy into there, recovery squeeze of the 100. Only two of our members are actually in this one, right for the 200 EMA recovery, higher lows. Nice squeeze play. Pulled back down. Recovery of the VWAP was the next call. I said long it off VWAP of the recovery. Boom, big push. Targeting yesterday's highs. And then I played this breakout where I got in a little too early at the top here, anticipating the breakout. Pulled back, but it was on trend. All higher lows. Shouldn't have got stopped out, but then played the breakout with a different share position size, and then had a pretty decent rebuttal there and held that one for two big pushes. So about 228 on the day there. So that was another huge day on Roku. Those are the only three big winners that I had with NVIDIA there as well. Let's go over some of the other ones here. Baba, I was looking for yesterday's low pullback and a bounce. That was the only play. I wanted to see a waterfall, yesterday's lows, bounce. Right from the daily notes, it says, Baba, watching yesterday's lows bounce. Literally, that's it. Here's yesterday's lows. Here's the support. Here's the bounce. Waterfall, boom, red. Really nice retrace under the 100 EMA. Short, M pattern follow through. A lot of members capitalized on the M pattern short. Very easy play there. TTD was the next one. This was the long play. Wanted TTD 249 support hold, looking for 254 long or higher. Here is the 254.56. Now, I was looking initially for 249 support where it would be a nice dip buy right away in the morning, but we smashed out that 254 target after the dip, and it became support. So one of our members got in here really early on the push here, then it pulled back, pre-market bounce, and then ripped. Targeted the 259 after that. We rebutted on 259, and then the next resistance play here is 264. So mega nice long play in TT today. Even though we didn't get the pullback, we did swap bias, waited for the pullback to the pre-market highs, had a nice little 50 EMA recovery, and trend ride for the rest of the day. V was another one. Played Visa decently today. All Visa had to do was 179.80 support on watch. The 4-hour looked really strong. It's still really strong. Visa doesn't like putting in these high range pushes like right away in the morning, so it consolidates and waits for the 200 EMA to catch up a lot. That's why we swing and trade this one so much. But I wanted the dip buy here. We didn't get it. We had that super violent push. So the pullback here, waited for a couple calls yesterday's high. So yesterday's high hold, the 4-hour looks strong. So judging by the 4-hour here, we just waited for the pullbacks there, but it ended up scooting up pretty big there. But didn't get the pullback I wanted into the 90 EMA on the 4-hour, but it progressed, and we held yesterday's highs for the long. So that was the next call that we had played here. Pretty wonky W, but yesterday's highs were here at the orange dash line, 180.63. Held up for a higher low off the 200 EMA as well, very bullish. Had a couple different intraday moves there in Visa. That's about all I got on for the biggers. HD, we could go over Beyond real quick. Beyond right from the watch, nice little sell-off to the 151.66 split on the 4-hour. 158 daily trend resistance was hit yesterday, which was here. So just looking for a dip buy into the split. So we didn't really have too much of a play here to go. We just wanted to wait for direction off the 100 EMA and test yesterday's high as possible. I think as high as the 50 EMA on the 4-hour is possible, but we just didn't click it yet. We're just pulling back, holding that split. We're in a consolidation range, so it's not that bad, but the split pullback here was the call. This was that split that it held yesterday, 151.60s. Had a massive sell right to there. I think I had one or two members here on the longs right here in this consolidation, holding high range and holding prior supports. Definitely a nice split recovery, but we had a couple of squeeze plays here and Beyond. A couple of the elite members capitalized on that. So that's all I got for you guys today. We'll see you guys on the next recap.